I'm sharing my screen. Just tell me whether it is visible to you or not. Is it visible?
No,
Um, it's visible now.
Now, today we'll discuss some malwares or computer viruses. So, computer virus is malicious function softwares, programs that is also called malware. And this computer code or program is capable of affecting your data in very, you can say, adverse manner. It may destroy your program. This virus has the tendency to make its duplicate copies at a very fast pace, and it spreads across every folder, every file, and damage the data of our computer system. So this program may include your files or even the boot sector of the hard drive. So these viruses is mostly detected by seeing through the functionality of our computer system. So this computer affected by a virus does not take command properly. So there are various types of virus or worms, you can say. So we'll discuss one by one. So here, first one is ransomware. Ransomware is it is some program which disables the victim access to data until some ransom is paid. When you open your screen, it some message flashes ki just pay this much amount to this account, and then we'll give you access to your system. So this software that uses encryption to disable the target's access to its data until some amount which they want to be paid. So this is partially or totally unable, make you unable to operate until you pay the amount. And there is no guarantee also after the payment will result in, a necessary depression keys, or that decryption key provided will function properly or not. It's not, no guarantee of that is there. And the second one is some fileless malware. Fileless malware also make changes to file that are native to the operating system. Some examples are also given here. So this fileless malware doesn't install anything initially. Instead, it makes changes to files that are native to the operating system, such as PowerShell or some more WMI, because the operating system recognizes the edited files as legitimate. And this fileless attack is not caught by antivirus software also, because it is not something which can be detected. These attacks are very, very slowly and stealthily they attack, and they are up to 10 times more successful than the traditional malware attacks. So this is again a very dangerous malware. Then spyware, which collects your the user's activity data without their knowledge. They just track which websites you are looking for, what is the password or username, and how many people you are in contact with. So some that spy they do. Then adware, they serves unwanted advertisement flashes on your screen whenever you surf somewhere. And Trojan horses are there, which excuses itself as a desired code, but actually they are not. So this is the Trojan which excuses itself as a desirable code or a software. Once downloaded by this, one second. Okay. So this adware tracks a user's surfing activity to determine which ads to serve them, which they are looking for. So although it is similar to spyware, but it does not install any software on a user's computer, and nor does it capture any keystrokes. So the danger in adware is the erosions of users' privacy. The data captured by adware is collated with data captured and covertly about the user's activity, and the information can be shared or sold to advertisers without the user's consent. So again, it may you know create a danger to your privacy. And then Trojans are also some software or code which pretend their itself as a standard one or the desired one that you want. But once you download these softwares, they take control of victim system for malicious purposes. So they may hide in games or apps or even software patches. So they may be embedded in attachments included in phishing emails. So they are again dangerous. Then worms. Worms target vulnerability in operating systems to install themselves into the network. And they may gain access in several ways: through the backdoors built into software, through the unintentional software vulnerabilities, or through flash drives. So once in place, worms can be used by malicious actors to launch DOS, that is the distributed denial of service attacks. So they steal your sensitive data or conduct ransomware attacks also. And virus is again a piece of code that inserts itself into an application and executes when that particular app is run. So one inside a network, a virus may be used to steal sensitive data and launch DDoS. So attacks or conduct ransomware attacks also. So again, it is harmful to your data or your secret files. So the next one is rootkits. Rootkit is a software that gives malicious actors remote control of victims' computer with full
What is the
advertising.
difference between worm and virus?
Worm is something which is like uh, here you can it spreads through a network by it replicate itself. Worms replicates itself, and it may be like spread into all the you know uh, documents or all the programs you are having in your storage devices or your system softwares. So and this one virus is again it spreads, but they steal your data, but the virus is something which attacks a particular program or particular you can say data or file, and it conduct ransomware attacks also. Both are more or less same, but this is a piece of code, and they are like they access in several ways through the
Worms
you
are
know
like applications, man.
applications.
Worms are not programs.
Worms are no, they are some codes or something like that, and they are built into the software. Some software you are searching, or you are clicking somewhere, so there may be some a small you can say um, false code or something within the software. So, and they replicate itself when you download or you click to some site or something like that.
Both look almost the same, ma'am. I think
All
the
are
difference between worm and virus is not clear.
more or less they all look same, but some some malware replicate itself. Some look like a standard program, but they are not. They are having some uh, like false coding or something, and they spread into your some programs steal your data. Some program like create threat to your system. They steal your data and transfer it to some other companies or organizations, and some are for taking some money from you, and some some corrupt your file, some steal your file, and some malwares are like jam your file, you can't operate it properly. So more or less they are having uh, something which troubles you, or they create some security issues, and there are so many viruses. Day by day they are increasing. They are more or less part, or you can say kind of viruses, because as virus spreads all through society, so that thing, that term you can we are using here commonly as a virus, but they are created or designed or programmed for a particular purpose. That is the main difference. Like here, this ransomware is only to take money from you. Okay, and someone steal your password or your username. They use it anywhere they want, or there are some softwares which steal your data. Like we are ordinary individuals, but there are many secret services. They are having very confidential data, so that data, stealing of that data and giving to some other person, that is again a very risky, and it is very dangerous for a nation or for that organization. So that makes some differences. Like this adware, it comes from the advertising agencies, of they put some ad and you click to that ad. Some some virus will come, some software will come, and they see what you are doing, which website you are surfing. So they give their data to some advertising agencies. So accordingly, you will receive that those advertisements again and again. Then rootkit is again a software that gives malicious actors remote control of victims' computer. They control your computer. They have full access to your system with full administrative privileges. So it can be injected into the application kernel and all. No? So because all these viruses or malwares, they come through when you download some file from the internet, or when you use some removable media or devices or drives, or some mail attachments are there. If you open it, they automatically come into your system. So, or sometimes the system is not protected by antivirus. So if it is unprotected or poor administrator password or username is there, so they easily access your system. So that way, normal functionality of the computer system will be affected. So in so many ways, they destroy your confidential data and disrupts the system or the network use. So all these are many more are there. Some of them are like keyloggers. Is there again? It is a spyware that monitors users' activity. Then there are bots or botnets. These are again software applications that performs automated tasks on command. They are used for legitimate purposes such as indexing search engines. But when used for malicious purposes, they take the form of self-propagating malware that can attack again connect back to a central server. So then mobile malware, like computer malware, there are so many mobile malware also. So, and they are rising day by day. 50% risen since last year. So they again threats. Mobile malware threats are as various as those targeting desktops, including trojans, ransomware, advertising clicks, fraud, and all. So, and there is a Viper malware. Viper is again a malware which is single purpose to erase users' data and ensure it can't be recovered. Some malware are so dangerous that they erase your data and you cannot recover your data. So that is again a very, very risky and very dangerous for a public and private companies. So they pay the amount as they want for this. So this is all about malwares. You just go through it.
It's not that clear. Like, what is the difference between each of them? If there is a statement given, and we should identify which kind of malware is associated with that, it's not very easy.
No, just like adware, it comes from advertisement, right? Ransomware is just block your whole system gets shut off only where the message comes that if you pay such amount to such account number, then only you can access. So this is for the ransom money. All right, ransomware. Fileless, they are not having changes the files. They are fileless, means they are not proper, you can say, uh, software, but initially, but they make changes to your file. Spyware, they just track, they spy what you are doing, which site you are surfing, and sometimes what's your username password. So spy, they do spy. Adware, something and Trojan horses. They looks like a standard program which you are searching for, but they are not that those programs. If you click to those programs or download those softwares, they corrupt your files. So that are the Trojans. If you read once or twice, you'll get some clicks. Ki what is the difference? Small
Rootkits,
small
ma'am,
difference.
rootkits.
Rootkits again, they are softwares, but they injected into the applications and or your firmware, and they spread through phishing, malware attachments. If you are downloading something, they come into your system, and they conceal other malware also, like keyloggers. So you just read through, and some differences are there, very less differences. All malware has a main object to corrupt your file, to steal your data, to transfer your data to some other um, agencies or organization. But that you have to like read it once. Now will screen is visible?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is it visible now?
No, ma'am. Now it is.
Okay. So till now we have studied so much. Now we uh, have a look how these internet works, and how the systems get access to the internet, and what is internet, on which protocol they work. So internet, the name internet means international network. Now this internet or international network is, you can say, it is an information superhighways to access information over the web. It's a web, means it's a lot and lot of information, and how to access that information. So it evolved very since, you can say, 1969. 1969 was the year when a certain requirement of some agency, forced to develop such network. And it undergone several technological and infrastructural changes. So the origin of this internet devised from the concept of Advanced Research Project Agency Network, that is the ARPANET. ARPANET is a network which is developed by the US Department of Defense. So you must know the full form of ARPANET, which is the Advanced Research Project Agency Network. So they develop this network for communicating among the various bodies of government. Some to communicate with each other, various departments of US, including the Defense Department and all the different parts of the defense. And in 1973, it developed, it extended to in England and Norway. Then in 74, this ARPANET will be was open for all the public uh, use, and they call it telnet. And in 1982, they make certain protocol or some rules and regulations which we call TCP/IP. So, what are the benefits? Because this internet allows us to communicate with the people or with the organization which are at remote locations. So, one can serve any kind of information over the internet. And this internet also serves as a medium of entertainment nowadays. So, also for educational field, banking, even in matrimonial services, shopping also you can do, ticket booking you can do, a bill payment you can do, you can share your data and documents, or you can mail each other. So all these things become easier nowadays using internet services. So, e-commerce also one of the important aspect. E-commerce, electronic commerce. So, this internet is worldwide global system of interconnected computer networks. Now, for that, they made some protocol or some set of rules or regulations. So, the first one. And the second one, there are two protocols. One is OSI and second is TCP/IP. TCP/IP is a transmission control protocol, and IP means Internet Protocol. So in 1990, they end this ARPANET, and they call it Internet. So now we have some. We look what the TCP/IP means and what it does actually. So TCP/IP is used some rules and regulation for the transmission of your message or your data. So every computer in which is connected to internet, they are identified by a unique address which we call IP address. IP means Internet Protocol address. Now this address is a unique set of numbers. You can say they are having such DNS, that is a domain name server, and this is four sections they are divided into, and the maximum number, the highest IP address will be 255.255.255, like that. Here it is given. IP4. IPv4 is the most generally used IP address, and it is written like this: 173.225. Some three-digit number dot some three-digit number, like that. And that means here they are having four sets of octal numbers with three dots. So each and every computer system is assigned a particular address, which is a unique set of numbers. So you can locate that computer, and because if you are sending some information to some place, some destination, the system or the data must know where to go. So that is the place from that is the this address which identifies the location where to send the data. Now again we need some protocol how to send and how to receive the file. So this TCP model is divided into four. Here it is also given in IPv4, IPv6. They are having four hexadecimal uh, numbers and group of eight here. Here it is group of eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and each number is having hexadecimal code. So the number of computers which are added into the network get increased by many folds. So for that we need some, how to call that protocol, like file transfer protocol or HTTP, which is hypertext transfer protocol. So for transferring
Does
various
it
types
have
of
one?
data,
It has 8 bits, 8 sections, is it? IPv6.
IPv6 has eight. Yes, it has eight, and IPv4 it is having the four.
So
And
these
IPv,
paths are divided by colons in version 6, right?
in six it is divided by colon, and in IPv4 it is divided by dot.
Yeah. So there are 7 colons which divide the 8 parts.
Yes, and three dots divided the four parts. Here octal are used, and here hexadecimal numbers is used.
Yeah.
So in case of four octets, they are four octets means 32 bits they are having, and all the server or the systems on the network communicate with each other through a particular path, which we call gateway. So these gateways are something which uh, is the particular, they are given by a particular IP address, which gateway they have to follow.
Can you repeat, ma'am? I didn't understand what you said.
See, all the server and system on the network communicate with each other through a particular path. So that path is a gateway. We call it gateway. Which gateway they have to follow? Which gateway they have to move from one place to another, from source to
Is
destination.
only Okay. Is it only communication between the servers or between any nodes?
Any nodes. Server are in between, right? From source to destination, there may be one server or two server, but through server, how they the data will flow, that will be followed by a certain path. So that is gateway.
Okay.
So there are certain protocols to send data from one system to another. Like one is HTTP. Here, first one is FTP. So FTP is what? File transfer protocol. So again, it is a set of guidelines or standards that establish the format in which the file can be transmitted from one to another system. And HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It defines the format for communication between the web browsers, web clients, and web servers. And there is again Telnet. So it is again a protocol that allows a computer to connect with, tel means a remote host computer on the internet. So the use of Telnet has diminished as a web's HTTP has become dominant protocol nowadays. So, and there is HT, HTML. HTML is also it is a formatting language which is used to establish the appearance of a web page, and it helps to creating pages on www World Wide Web, and it also enables to insert hypertext link within one web page or to another web page. So there are various certain types of protocol, like one is IMAP, which is the format for communication between email servers and clients. So question may be of this type, ki which type of protocol is used for which purpose. So like HTTP, they may ask the full form also, the simplest, as simple as that. And they may ask like SMTP, what is SMTP? So it is a simple mail transfer protocol. So the network-based email was initially exchanged on the ARPANET. So in extension to this FTP, the file transfer protocol, but it is now carried up by SMTP. Earlier it was FTP, now it is SMTP. So simple mail transfer protocol. So I think this much is enough. Here it is given. MIME, that is a multi-purpose internet mail extension. So there is, through this protocol, this multimedia file
Ma'am, would
transfer.
these notes be provided in English or would it be in Hindi only? Because this is not
Notes
easy
are
to
same.
understand, ma'am.
Notes are same at you are you know having on your
For
screen.
Hindi medium batch.
Sorry.
Notes are the same for Hindi medium batch also, I think, ma'am.
It is same. Actually,
It
much
becomes
detail is
very
not
difficult, ma'am.
required. Much
What?
detail is not required
No,
because
but
in
there are
class.
people who don't understand anything in Hindi. There are many people who don't understand anything in Hindi, ma'am. That's the problem.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try to make some notes in English if time
Because that was
permits.
the whole purpose, right, ma'am? We want the notes in English and the lectures in English.
Yeah, you just go through the
Because this
lectures.
becomes very difficult.
Just listen what I am teaching in the class.
And to
You can
follow what
relate.
you're teaching in the class, because it's a subject which needs a lot of familiarity, and lot of people are not savvy with the computer terminology and also the
Yes,
concepts,
yes, yes.
so they're
I'll
finding it
try.
very difficult.
I'll try my best to give to provide some notes which are in Hindi. Okay.
English notes will be helpful, ma'am.
Yeah, I know. But
Yes,
there are
yes, ma'am.
terms in English, and description I try to make in English. So you can correlate some, and text wise, yes, I'll try my best to provide some notes. So, okay. Now there is a slide.
These different protocols were not very clear, ma'am. Like, again, there are a lot of protocols, and which protocol works for what, which layer of the OSI or the TCP/IP model do these work for? That's not clear. It's very vague.
Yes,
Okay. No, we'll see a layer. There is a. You can see.
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Screen is visible.
Now it is.
Okay. So there are two models. Earlier it was OSI model, which is given by uh, OSI. So OSI model is having 7 layers. All right, 7 layers. You can see physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. So these are the 7 layers. And in TCP/IP model, they are having only 4 layers. They merge the 3 layers, upper 3 layers, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So they merge the three, which is given a single name application layer. Rest of the layer, the network access layer, they merge to data link and physical layer. So what these layers do? So first one is physical layer, where your system is physically connected to some device, right? Whether it is coaxial cable or fiber or wireless or through hubs or repeaters. So all these comes under physical structure. And then some again data link. Again, it is a network access layer. So you access the network. How? Through Ethernet or through some switch or through some bridges. Then network layer. Network layer means again a networking um layer, which gives access to internet uh, for a particular like IP. You are having certain address to connect to a different device, different system. So these are the some protocol or address system here, and then
What are the acronyms of those? ICMP, IPSEC, IGMP?
these are all protocols, different protocols for the addressing purposes. We now discuss only IP, Internet Protocol. So different companies, different setups. You don't need to remember all those things. Only
And
you
what is
remember
PPP
TCP/IP.
mean? PPP and Ethernet?
Sorry,
What is PPP?
they are some data link uh, facility or entity, you can say, like switch. Through switch, you can connect with some devices. Through switches, you connect. So like that, it is Ethernet and PPP also. Then transport layer, end-to-end connection for transforming your data. So there is TCP and UDP. TCP, yeah, it is their transfer control protocol, and UDP is also some user datagram protocol, some protocol to transfer the data. Then session layer, they provide sync or how to get the data as they are transferred through some sockets or WinSock or something. And presentation, it is again a syntax layer. So these are the different layers through which the two devices, two system or source and destination can communicate with each other. It is a very complex thing for normal people, because it is also, it all covers in engineering students. They can study deep in these layers and how they communicate, which layer, which a particular layer stands for what purpose. So basically you just remember what the function, how many layers, what is the full form of some terms, and that is enough for you, because this subject gives you 5 questions. So don't get confused, and just study what you need for examination purpose. And if you are having some interest, then you can study in deep into detail. So this is again a very vast subject and vast topic, these models, these protocols. So just remember in OSI model, they are having 7 layers, in TCP/IP 4 layer. Application layer, how it communicates with this type of protocols, they transfer the data, and these are all application uh, based protocol. What type of application you want, what type of file you want to send. So accordingly, this type of protocol gets selected. And transport layer, there is two, TCP and UDP. You remember the full name of both TCP and UDP. And internet layer for
What is
internet
UDP,
connection.
ma'am? UDP full form?
UDP is user datagram protocol.
Okay.
And here the network access layer through Ethernet, through token ring, through ATM, through frame relay, the network access can be done. Internet layer, the address will be there, which address you want to access through internet. So you can say this TCP IP or OSI model, they are like a postal department. If you are having some data and you are having a particular address, you have to uh, send it, and this protocol makes sure that your data will be transferred to that particular IP address without any corruption or without any distortion. They will assure to transfer the data. That's why they are called transfer control protocol. And more, or what is there? IP, I already told you what is IP. The name you should remember, okay? The lowest layer in case of this OSI model is physical layer. But in case of TCP/IP, it is network access layer. Network access layer made of merging 2 layers of OSI model. Let's have a look what it is written here. Lowest level, and I already told you all these things. One, you should know what the protocols used in network access layer. They are Ethernet, FDDI, token ring, and all protocols.
Ma'am,
Which are used by,
what are
yes,
these, ma'am? Can you explain? Token ring, yesterday you explained, but Ethernet and FDDI?
Ethernet. Okay, I'll tell you in next class. It is also some form of, uh, you know, it is, I think, networking protocol. It is. Don't know much detail now. Internet layer. Internet layer IP address is given, so that I told you. application layer. Application layer is the highest layer, okay? And here all the application protocols are used: HTTP, SMTP, DNS. So you must remember the full form of all those protocols which are used in application layer. Some differences between the two, OSI and TCP/IP, that we already discussed. Here it is, there are 7 layers. Here it is 4 layers. It is connection oriented, and in TCP/IP it is connection oriented and connectionless, both types. Nowadays, mostly TCP/IP model is used. Then there is a URL address which we give when we want to search some website, uniform resource locator. And here first it is the protocol hypertext domain transfer protocol, we it is there. And then subdomain is there, which is www, World Wide Web. Then which search engine you are using, that domain name. And then the top level domain, that is TLD, is given. It depends which type of domain you are surfing or you want to access. Like it may be .com for commercial organizations, .edu for educational institutions. Sometimes this type of question may be there in your examination. Which type of domain is there for, stands for which institution or organization, like .gov, internet, international organization, it is int.mil, military groups के लिए .net, network support centers के लिए .org, non-profit organizations के लिए. So here are there various types of domain. And recently few more levels were proposed, like .arts for cultural organization, firm for business or for firms, then .info for information service providers. And there are some file extension also, which type of file you are uh, sending or you want to, receive or access. So .txt for text only. Typical software is given here, Notepad. Then .docx, that is for document processing. .pdf, again portable document file. .png for images. They ask sometimes for images which type of file extension, or this file extension stands for which type of file. Like for audios, what type of file, wow, wav, .mp3. And for videos, .mp4 or .avi. For spreadsheet, .excel. All right, for slides show it is .ppt. For videos it is .mov. Um, Videos also they ask sometimes. For publication it is .pub. So these all are types of file extensions. Here it is given some examples: audio file formats, video file formats. So you should know what type of file extension they use. Like for images, that is JPG, PNG, GIF, RAW, SVG. So you should know a few names for that. So that much is enough for today, I think. You asked about Ethernet, okay? So I check. It is network access protocol only, but what type of protocol it is, I don't know. I'll see and let you know. Any other problem?
Slides, ma'am.
Slides means what?
English.
English. Okay.